Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's nice to see you guys. I know it's been a while. So we're here. We're gonna show you some video games. You got anything? You got anything, Dad?
I do not know.
Okay. Well. Okay, we'll show you guys what we got. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Gare here with another pickups video. I apologize I didn't do a video last week. As you guys know, it's 4th of July, so we were doing a lot of family stuff. We went out of state to go, celebrate the 4th of July. Our son just turned 1 year old, so we had a big birthday party for him. So obviously, I really didn't have time to do a video for that. But I'm back here. I'm excited to do this video. I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. I've picked up a lot of stuff over the last couple weeks. Not a lot of garage sailing, but a ton of Craigslist, pawn shop, thrift stores, all that kind of stuff. And this is probably going to be a really long video. I'm going to try as hard as I can to do this in one to make it as short as possible. But all the stuff I have here is probably going to take up 2 separate videos. So we'll kind of see how it goes and, kind of go from there. So first what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the stuff I picked up throughout the last couple weeks. Like I said, just thrift stores and eBay and pawn shops and stuff like that. And then I've got a couple of deals at the end I'm going to show you guys. A couple weeks ago I was kind of alluding to a really big deal I was doing that had like hundreds of games, a bunch of systems. And so I'll probably save that for very last just because there's a lot of stuff to it. Nothing really spectacular, but a lot of cool stuff, and I got a really good deal on it. So like I said, I'll just kind of go ahead. I'll show you guys what I got garage sailing actually, because there wasn't a whole lot for me to get today. We got up really early to go, but my son wasn't feeling good. He's teething right now, so he's just not been feeling very well. And all the garage sales we hit, there just weren't any games today, so my luck with that was very low, and we came home really early. I think we called it quits about 10 a.m. just because, like I said, he wasn't feeling good. He needed to come home and nap. So I'll show you the few things I got today really quick. Okay, so actually the very last sale that I went to before we called it quits, I went up, talked to the guy for a little bit, and, we got to BSing. I saw he had some military equipment, so we got to talking about, military stuff and BSing for like 20 minutes. I finally asked him if he had any video games, and he took me down to his basement to show me everything he had. And he actually had a really impressive game room. It was pretty awesome. He's not like a hardcore gamer. He's just got like a typical man cave. He had like a pool table. He had an arcade machine, a pinball machine. He had a big screen TV with like, 10 different systems set up to it. And he said he was getting rid of some of the older stuff, so the only thing that really caught my interest that I was really interested in, he had a GameCube with a bunch of games, so I went ahead and picked that up from him. It's an indigo colored GameCube. It's got the Game Boy adapter on the bottom, a couple controllers, a white GameStop one, and then a indigo official Nintendo one. There's obviously a memory card in there, and then he had a little GameCube game holder. And I started looking through here, and there's actually some pretty decent titles. And I asked him, do you have the cases somewhere? And he truly, it broke my heart when he said this, but he said when they were moving, he just got sick of hauling them around. He just thought of them as extra space. So basically, he threw them away. And that, like I said, that really pained me when he said that, because like I said, some of these games are really great. I don't have several of these, so it'd have been really nice to get them complete to add to the collection. But he threw me a really good deal for it, because he didn't have that. So I'll kind of, go through the games here really quick. There's Mario Kart Double Dash, and he apparently got the one with the bonus disc, because there's the bonus disc right there. Pro Rally, Namco Museum, Super Monkey Ball 2, the Game Boy Player adapter disc, which is really nice. A lot of times when I see these, they don't come with the disc, so I was really happy to get that. Monsters Incorporated Scream Arena, Super Mario Sunshine, Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix, NFL 2K3, Pac-Man World 2, Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse, SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, and the SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. So like I said, there's some pretty decent games in there. I really wish I had the cases for it. He didn't really know, what to do as far as pricing, so I threw 20 bucks out there, which, he kind of thought, he was thinking about it at first, and I told him if he had the cases, I obviously would have paid him a lot more. So once I said that, he said he was fine with it. So it was a really good deal. I was really happy to get all that stuff. I'll eventually have to pick up some of the cases for these, but it's not too big of a deal. Okay, so the last few items I have here, again, these are from garage sailing, and again, they're nothing spectacular. I was just, quite frankly, I was happy to find gaming stuff at all today, just the way things were going. Went to a sale, grabbed a few things here. Picked up Dragon Quest VIII for the PS2. X-Men Legends for the Xbox. This one I was pretty happy to get. I didn't have this one, and any kind of Square Enix or Squaresoft game I can get, I'm pretty happy with. Full Metal Alchemist for the PS2. This is a show I don't watch, but my wife is obsessed with it, so I grabbed it for her. I don't even know why I'm throwing this in here. But it's Grey's Anatomy. It was only $2. And then I picked up this really kick-ass, Batman assault vehicle sort of thing. It was only $1, so I went ahead and picked this up. And basically, I got all this stuff for like $8, so it was a pretty good deal. I was pretty happy to get it. And this gave something for my son to do in the car since he was really grouchy. So okay, actually, and then the last of the garage sale stuff I got, this isn't really game related. I thought it was really cool. I got them for a pretty good deal. I got this Rob Zombie statue set right here. I thought it was really kick-ass. I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan. So this is really cool, really heavy metal. I was really glad to get that. It was only $2. And then he also had a like a Jack Skellington, what is it called, Naya? Santa Jack? Yeah, Santa Jack. It was complete in box. It had all the there's like a little penguin in there, a candy cane, a little gnome, and all kinds of cool stuff. That was only like $4. And the really great thing about this sale was the guy said he actually had a whole bunch of gaming stuff, but for some reason he didn't think anybody would be interested in it since it's older stuff, so he didn't bring it with him. But he said he had a Sega CD. He said he might have the box, a bunch of games for it. He had a Dreamcast with a crap load of games, and a PS1 with a bunch of games. So he really had me interested, and he actually works right by where I do all my classes at. So it's absolutely perfect. We're going to try to meet up Monday to make a deal to get all that stuff. He's going to give me a call the next day or two to let me know what he has so we can get a price going. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I really hope the guy calls me back, because 9 times out of 10 when someone tells me they're going to call me with gaming stuff that they have somewhere, they never do. So I really hope this guy does, but he seemed pretty adamant about actually finding this stuff and selling it. So I'll definitely let you guys know, when and if that happens. Okay, so next up, I'm going to show you guys just some stuff I picked up on eBay. One of the good things about me being in this program I'm in, we're there from 7 in the morning till like 5 o'clock in the evening. So there's quite a bit of downtime, and so what I do basically during that time, if I'm not studying, is I'll get on eBay, try to watch some stuff that's getting ready to end, see if I can snipe in there and grab some stuff. And I got, some pretty good deals out of that situation. So, first up here, I've got Resident Evil Survivor for the PlayStation. I'm definitely trying to get all the Resident Evil games for all the systems, so this is just one more to knock off the list. And I got this for like $9 or $10 shipped, which is a pretty decent deal. It's not spectacular, but I was still glad to grab it for that. There was a huge lot of PlayStation or PSP games that I was really wanting to get. It was all RPGs. Some of them were still sealed, and a lot of them were the box collector's editions. And I thought, honest to God, I was going to get it for like $50, which was like $400 worth of stuff in the lot. But people went crazy with it. The bidding went up to like $350. But he was selling another item by itself for some reason. So I picked that up. Luckily, nobody bid on it. And it's Brave Story New Traveler for the PSP. It looks like a really interesting game. It's made by Xseed, and I got this for $7, shipped. So again, I was happy to get that. Another really interesting game that I was really happy to get, I'd never heard of before, but when I kind of looked into it, it looks interesting, kind of like a Tales game. But it's called Mimana ER Chronicle. And this again is for the PSP. This is, in the collector's edition box. It's still sealed, and it looks really interesting. I got this for like $15 shipped, so I don't know if that's really a great deal on it, but I was still happy to get it. It looks like a really interesting title. This was definitely an impulse purchase. I regretted it as soon as I did it. Every once in a while, if you go on eBay, you can look at all the games that's being listed, and if you do it by buy it now and sort it by newly listed, sometimes you can jump on a game that's at a buy it now price and get it for like stupid cheap. And I thought that's what I was getting with this. This is a game for the GameCube that I've been wanting for a while. It's Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2. And this is kind of a pricey game. It goes for like $40 to $60. I saw it on there, and a lot of times with those kind of listings, you got to be really quick. Like, you just got to skim through it, make sure it looks okay, and basically hurry up and buy it, because other people are going to jump on it before you will. So I saw it, it looked okay to me. I went ahead, bought it for $40, and then it turns out there's no manual for it. So I did not by any means get this for a spectacular deal, but it's still a really great game I'm happy to get. And eventually, I'll get another copy with the manual someday. So it is what it is, Okay, and then the last thing that I've got that's actually come in the mail, there's a few more items I'm waiting for, but these just showed up the other day. I picked up the Donkey Konga bongo sets. They're really cool. Yeah, someone just rang our doorbell. But yeah, anyway, it's the Donkey Konga 2 box set. You know, it's got the bongos in there, the box and everything. It's in really good shape, and this is for the second one. And in the same lot, it also came with the first one. So I got, you know, both the sets in the box, really great condition. Surprisingly, nobody bid on these. I mean, I don't know. They're probably not worth much, if anything. But, you know, as you guys know, I'm trying to get a complete GameCube collection. So the more boxed accessories and sets that I can get, the better. I got this for, I think it was like $8, and then the shipping was $8. So I got it for $15. I thought that was a really good deal. I wasn't too much complaining about it, so really happy to add these to the set. They look really cool. Okay, actually, I'm really glad the doorbell rang because that was the mail lady, and she brought the rest of the stuff that I ordered on eBay. So that's perfect timing. That's really cool that that happened. So yeah, this is the last of the eBay stuff that I got this last week. Really happy to get them. I got these all on the 4th of July. The great thing is, you know, most people were out actually doing stuff that day, so there was a lot of stuff that just weren't getting bid on. And, you know, while the family was setting off fireworks, I was basically sitting there playing on my phone, just kind of watching them going back and forth. So I got some really great deals. Another game that I've been wanting for a very long time, and I told myself I was never going to pay more than $20 for it. Finally got this to knock off the list. It's Tales of Symphonia for the GameCube. It's complete, in really great shape. I got this for $18 shipped, so I was really, really happy to get that. And then the last stack here, this was all in one lot. It was basically this dude and a dude and his wife. They were selling their entire game collection, and they had some really awesome games. It was all RPGs, and from what I understood, they were just funding a vacation they were trying to take. So I wanted to buy all their games. It would have been a lot better for me because you save a ton of money on shipping that way. But you know, some of the games in there were really rare. They're really expensive, so obviously they went for. Some of them went for more than what they usually go for, but I told myself if I could get them for under about 60 to 75% of what they, you know, go for on video game pricing, I would definitely jump on them. So anyway, I picked up Wild Arms for the PlayStation 1, Star Ocean, the second story for the PlayStation 1, and I was really happy to get this. I owned it a long time ago, and I loved this game back in the day, so really happy to get it. And all of these are complete, by the way. They're in really good shape. And then the rest of these are for the, well, actually, I lied. Okay, one for the GameCube, another game that I was really wanting, Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings, and The Lost Ocean. Really cool game, and I've got both for the GameCube, so I'm really happy about that. And then the rest of these are for the PlayStation 2. I got Dawn of Mana, Makai Kingdom, Chronicles of the Sacred Tomb, Suikoden 4. And they had Suikoden 3, 4, and 5, but 3 and 5 went for like $40 a piece, which I wasn't trying to do. But I got this one for really cheap, so I was really happy about that. Picked up the Bouncer. As you guys know, a couple weeks ago, I picked this up, disc only. So I was really happy to get this complete. I think I got this for like $2, so I was really, really happy about that. And then the last one I got here is Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. Huge fan of the Breath of Fire series. I don't know about this one. I've never played it. I really don't know much about it, but I figured why not. So basically, yeah, that one whole lot that I got, all of this shipped was $75, and you know, after I kind of looked it up, it was basically about half of what they go for by themselves. So it was a really good deal. I was really happy with it, and I'm really glad to add some more, you know, quality RPGs to the collection. So that's really cool that they showed up like that. That was a nice surprise. Alrighty guys, so the next up here is just a little Craigslist deal I did the other day. I was really actually pretty excited about it. He put a listing on there that he had a whole bunch of stuff for sale. He was cleaning out his man cave, so I just kind of picked through some stuff that was interesting to me, and I thought I got a pretty good deal on it. So first up is a lime green Game Boy Color, which this is one of the few colors I don't have, so I was really happy to get it. The only downer is, I don't know if you guys can see that up in the top corner, there are some lovely, basically he said his dog got a hold of it. But the screen works fine, it still plays fine, the audio works, so I was still really happy to get this. I can always upgrade it once I get a better one. And then I picked up a couple PlayStation games that I've been wanting for a while. I just never seem to come across them. This one I got at a yard sale a few weeks ago, but it was the greatest hits version, so I'm glad to get this one. It's the Black Label Mega Man X4, complete, very good condition. And same thing with this one, Mega Man X5. And he said that he thought he had a couple more Mega Mans for the PlayStation, which I'm hoping to God is like Mega Man Legends. I would love, love, love to get those games. So he said he's going to keep digging through and he'd call me if he finds any more. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But I got all 3 of these for 20 bucks, so I was pretty happy with that. Alrighty, here is another Craigslist deal. Nothing really spectacular, but I don't really have many of these. It's a blue Nintendo DS, and this is, you know, the original style that came out, the huge, thick tank ones. It's in really good shape. It looks like it was hardly ever played because there's not a single scratch on it anywhere. It still works great. It's got the charger, and it even came with a couple games, which I didn't know were going to be in there, so that made the deal even better. And I just dropped one. Okay. So yeah, so it came with the system. It came with Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, The Four Swords, and Namco Museum. And like I said, it's got the charger in there, a couple styli. And I got this for 10 bucks, so I was really happy about that. Okay, so next up, this is just some stuff I picked up at the pawn shop. I've almost completely stopped buying games for them. I know I've kind of told you guys before that they've started individually marking their games. So it's just to the point where they're basically charging retail for their games, and it just really irks me because they're a pawn shop. They're not a freaking game store, they're a pawn shop. And me and one of the guys got into a big argument about it. I basically told him how much I thought it was bullshit. Because they're still only paying people like a couple bucks a piece for their games. They're not paying them based off what they're worth. They're just giving them their set rate of a couple dollars a game, if that. And then they're, marking these up to like $15, $20, $30 a piece. Which I understand they're a business, they gotta make money, but that's greedy. It really is. And I thought they were better than that. So I did pick up one game that they thought was worthless. They only marked it for a couple bucks. So I picked up Battalion Wars 2 for the Wii. I really like this on the GameCube, so I was happy to grab this. It was in really good shape. It was complete. So another game they had in there that I guess they just didn't look up. They thought it was worthless since it was a disc only. And ironically, it's just, one of the games I picked up in the eBay lot. But it's Brave Story. What is it called? Brave Story for the PSP. It's the disc only. So they only charged me $2 for it. So I can't really complain about that. And then the rest of the stuff I just picked up are Blu-rays, because that's really all they have anymore that's worth buying, that's at a reasonable price. So I picked up Death Race, which is a really awesome movie. I love Jason Statham. Terminator Salvation, South Park Season 13 on Blu-ray. This is a fantastic movie. If you guys are into really cheesy, corny, just really goofy it's kind of a martial arts movie with a lot of goofy effects. It's just really corny. It's a lot of fun. Big Trouble in Little China. I watched this in AIT when I was still in the Army. One of my friends there, Josh Davila, he turned me onto it. I hadn't laughed that hard in years. Like, we were freaking cracking up. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's a great time to watch. Same thing with this movie. I don't know, some of you guys might be too young to even know who the hell this is or what it is, but this was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I still love it to this day. My daughter and I were going to watch it soon, but it's Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and if I'm right, I think this was made by Tim Burton, so it's got the classic, all of his dark, it's got his darkness to it. It's really goofy, it's really cheesy, but it's a really fun watch, so I highly suggest this one as well. And I think when I picked this stuff up, I think I got it all for like 20 bucks. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Okay, so this next lot of stuff, I got a bunch of stuff. There's a thrift shop here in town that usually, like 9 times out of 10 when I go there, they've got the same stuff. They usually don't really get a whole lot of gaming stuff in there. So I honestly quit going there for like 2 weeks. I just kind of wrote them off completely. But one day I decided, you know what, I'll go in, check out, see what they have. And I'm so glad that I did. I went in there, and they had literally just gotten that day, like, I guess a whole huge, I guess they made a huge deal with a guy. They got a whole bunch, like hundreds of DVDs, a whole bunch of games, a bunch of gaming systems, all kinds of electronics. So I spent like an hour there basically going through all the stuff and getting it sorted out. And I came home with boxes full of stuff. So first I'll go through all the systems and accessories and show you guys what I got. The first thing that I got here that we made a deal on, picked up a black GameCube, and as you can see, it's got the 3 Wavebird sensors on there, so of course it's got the controllers to go with it, and it's got the Game Boy adapter on there. So there's that. And also included was this microphone, which I did not have one of these. So whenever we play Mario Party, we'll have one of these. I need to get a couple more, but I'm glad to get one of these finally. And then here are the 3 Wavebird controllers. They're in really fantastic shape. They've got the battery covers on the back, no battery corrosion. They've got some writing on them. Basically, I think what it was is on these sensors, there's a Roman numeral for 1, Roman numeral for 2, and then for 3. And then the same thing on these, so I guess that's just how they kept track of which controller is which. But I was really happy to get 3 of these thrown in with the lot. And then the last thing, as far as what came with the system itself, were a couple of, Game Boy Advance adapters. I've never actually used these before. I've never played, any of the games on the GameCube with the Game Boy Advances, so I'm kind of interested to see how this works and how that plays. But it was just nice these were thrown in with the deal. Oh, and this is really cool. My daughter just showed me this. I didn't know this was in there. But there was actually a game inside the GameCube. It's Star Fox Assault, which I didn't have that one. I've got Star Fox Adventures, I think it is. So that's really cool. I wish it had the case, obviously, but just to have a game thrown in there, that's really neat. Okay, so next up, I also grabbed a Super Nintendo, which I don't know if you guys can see it, but on the top, Steven was kind enough to write his name on there. I don't think it's really etched in there. I think it's just ink, so I should be able to get that off there. It's a little dirty, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape. The bottom half yellowed, so it's not a big deal, but came with all the hookup cables, came with 3 controllers that were really nice. And then he threw this Wii Pro controller in for me. There was no Wii system, so he just kind of added it with this. So that was really cool. And unfortunately with the Super Nintendo, he said that they actually had pretty much a whole box full of just Super Nintendo games, which I would have absolutely loved to have gotten. But he said somebody came by and bought just the games. They didn't buy any of the systems, any of this other stuff they had. He just came by, picked up the Super Nintendo games, and left. So, I mean, it really sucks that I didn't get that. But I think in the grand scheme of things, with all the stuff that I'll show you guys, I much rather would have gotten what I grabbed as opposed to what was in the box. But then again, I have no idea. There could have been an Earthbound in there. There could have been Chrono Trigger. I don't know, but I'll keep showing you guys, the rest of the stuff here. Okay, so buried under the box, I kind of forgot about these. I didn't pull them out before. Also with the GameCube came an orange Spice controller, which I was really, really happy to get this. This is my absolute favorite color of controllers. And I didn't think I was ever going to come across one, at least not an official Nintendo one. So I was really happy to get this. It's in really great shape. And there was also a Game Boy Advance in there. It's in good shape as well, no scratches or anything, but it was missing the battery cover, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so as far as the systems go, the last couple things I grabbed here, got a Nintendo 64. It's in really good shape, and it's got a third-party expansion pack in there, so that was really nice. And it also came with a few controllers. There is a yellow one, and the stick's it's in okay shape. It's been played quite a bit. A black controller. This one's a little bit better. It's actually quite a bit better. And then a gray controller, which had a memory card in the back. And this one's really in nice shape. I don't think they use this one very much. So that was really nice as well. Okay, so those were all the systems. Now down to the good part. These are all the games that came with everything. There's not a whole lot of spectacular titles in here, but some stuff in here that I didn't have, I was really happy to get, and they were super, super cheap. I obviously couldn't pass on them. So I'll just kind of start going here. First up, and forgive me, I don't know the Pokemons that well. A lot of these Game Boy Advance cartridges, they don't have the labels on them. I don't know if maybe they just got peeled off from use, I don't know, maybe the kid that owned it before, he ripped them off. I don't really know what happened. But as you can see here, I think this is Leaf Green, or Emerald Green. I'm not sure which one this is. But yeah, I did plug it in and test it out. It is a Pokemon game, so there's that one. Same thing with this one. Either this is Leaf or Emerald Green. I think this is Leaf Green. No label, but still happy to have it. I didn't own any of these Pokemon games before. There's the blue one. I don't know. Again, I don't know which one that's called. The only one that had its label was Pokemon Fire Red. So there's that. This one I was really happy to get. Again, with this, I'm trying to get all the Mega Man games there are. And this is, I think, the hardest one to find for the Game Boy Advance. But it's Mega Man Battle Network, the very first one. So I was really happy to get that. Let's see, Action Replay DS Easy. I don't know if this is really worth anything, but I still thought it was pretty cool regardless. And something I don't have in here, but I've already traded off. It was a teal blue Game Boy Color. It was in really good shape. And the Mega Man game actually came inside of it, so Oh, that sounded gross. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. Okay, the Mega Man came with the teal Game Boy Color. So that was nice. Anyway, there was only one PC game in the lot, but it was a really cool game. I was happy to grab. Doom 2. Huge fan of the series. Let's see. Sonic Colors for the Nintendo DS. Final Fantasy VIII for the PlayStation. And it's kind of weird because it's the Greatest Hits label version, but the discs are... With the Greatest Hits one, they're usually like the silver... I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like a silver color that you can see reflection in. And usually the black label ones are these white ones here. So I don't know if they got swapped out or something like that. I could be wrong, but anyway, that was complete. This is a game I was really excited to get. I remember CJR getting this a few weeks ago, and from what he showed of it, it looked and sounded really interesting. But it's Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. The legendary Starfy. I know absolutely nothing about it, but I saw Canadian. I think it was Canadian Retro that got this. No. It was Round 2 Gaming that got this, so that's the only reason I picked it up. A classic game, Super Mario 64 DS. New Super Mario Brothers. This one I was pretty happy to get. It's Tomb Raider for the PS3. This one's still brand new sealed, so I was really happy to grab that. Sonic Unleashed for the Wii. Sonic Colors. Sonic and the Black Knight. Mario Party 8. Yeah, they're mostly Sonics. This one, I almost didn't grab this. It was just a generic case, and I'm so glad I opened it because I almost skipped this entirely. This actually has the Game Boy Player disc, so that's really nice to have with that system. I seriously, I actually tossed this to the side, and right when I was getting ready to go check out, I decided to check out what this was. So very glad I did that. Picked up a Game Shark for the GameCube, which is really neat. I actually didn't know this existed. And then a few PS3 games. Mod Nation Racers. Half-Life 2, the Orange Box. Sonic Unleashed. And Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. So very clearly, whoever owned this stuff before was a huge Sonic fan. So yeah, I got all that stuff. It was a great lot. I honest to God, I'm just amazed that nobody picked this up before. Especially that guy that picked up the Super Nintendo games. I'm still baffled that he just left all this stuff behind. But yeah, so I picked all this stuff up. The manager and I... God, I can't talk again. The manager and I, we kind of haggled about this for a while. Some of the stuff he was asking very reasonable prices on. And then some of the stuff he was asking stupid prices on, like the teal Game Boy Color he was asking $30 for, and I was like, dude, there's no way, you know, the most I would pay for that is like $10. He countered with $14 and the Mega Man game, which I was, of course, you know, I was very happy to do that. So there was that. But anyway, I picked up this whole lot for, I think it was $75. So I thought that was a really fantastic deal. Very happy about that. Okay guys, so like I thought, this video is going on for quite a while, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it now. I'm going to go ahead and make this a two-part series. So I'll get this first half, I'll get this edited, put up on YouTube today so you guys can check that out, and then I'll get the second part put up tomorrow. That way, I'm not basically like overloading you guys in one day. So I'll get the other part put up tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'll leave a link so you guys can check that out. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in.